tell you something without like overstepping my boundaries? With Todd?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
You can.
Like when God takes out the garbage, you don't go back into the garbage and like go diving.
Yup. Just like I thought. Yup.
I'm keeping them back with another video, and today we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Miami. And when I tell you, Stephanie is the type of housewife that I need on my show. Like, she is uber rich. Like Dr. Nicole and Stephanie, first of all, I see why they didn't put them on the same season, because they have a little bit of a love triangle, or a past love triangle, as we can say. But right now, especially the sneak peek I saw for next episode, oh, Stephanie's doing her big one. So, but y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about this a little bit out of order, but not too much. But I want to talk about Julia in the beginning. She's over here doing her opera singing. You know, I heard a lot of drama, but I didn't hear a lot of singing. My whole thing with Julia is that, like I said in my last video, I think something's really wrong with this bitch, because how in the fuck did you come up with, like, you're supposed to be singing, he's like, give me more emotion, and then you like segue to the violin, like, well, you know, there was a girl that was provoking me. Was she provoking you? Did she stand up over you? Did she point in your face? Did she walk away and you followed her? Did you not throw water on her? So how did she provoke you with your unhinged, deranged ass? So my whole thing is, bitch, you're not about to give me none of that and you want to sit here and do that pity cry. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You need to take ownership for what the fuck you did. She didn't make you do that shit. And then number two, I feel uncomfortable by her adopting black kids. Like, what the fuck you make she adopt black kids? And you just threw water on a black woman. Y'all, I was waiting for somebody to try to explain that to me. I was waiting. Y'all could have come with nothing either? Right. Julia, girl, I don't see it for you. I don't like you. Like, you have ruined any type of salvage that you could have done for me. My whole thing is Julia was irrelevant, and now I just don't like you. You're doing too much, and you're not doing enough now. Right. But, you know, we see Guerdy at home. She's preparing, doing a, you know, Halloween theme for her kids. Cool. You know, they love Halloween. I mean, me too, girl. It's my favorite holiday. So she's over here talking about, oh, yeah, you know, we're doing this, So she's talking to, you know, her husband. Like, Russell, can you believe that she did this? She embarrassed me. It was like a physical act of, like, you know, embarrassment.
She violated me in front of the girls for their entertainment. That's what she did to me.
I am actually sick to my stomach.
And like shame, which I totally agree. And he was like, it's crazy that no other woman there stopped her or did anything. And you see Larsa and motherfucker Alexia is like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Girl. So instead of you stopping, you just want to sit back and just,
oh my God, what's gonna happen?
Bitch, if you don't get the fuck up and help.
So just stuff like that. I'm just like, y'all really ain't trying to do nothing, and y'all just sat there and let that woman throw water, and y'all think it's over here cool and fine. So I fuck with Russell for, you know, like he said, like the women didn't have the common sense.
Symbolic act to degrade me to a level that, as if I was nothing.
It's amazing to me how not one of them had the common sense to be like, this might not be a good idea.
That's exactly right, Russell. There's a lack of common sense. Took words out of my mouth, right? So Larsa introduced us to Stephanie, and for me, I feel like Larsa and Stephanie are fucking polar opposites. I feel like when I see Stephanie, I see like a real ass chick. I see a girl that, you know, this is my life. You know, I didn't think I was gonna be marrying, you know, somebody that is 40 years my senior, but you know, here we are. Beautiful woman. She runs her business. She seems very petite and short. But, you know, she invites Larsa to her PJ. I said, ooh, the girl's got money. she invited Larsa into her PJ, and she's just like, yeah, you know, we just need to go fly to Orlando. I gotta pick up my puppy. You know, nothing too crazy. It's just like a little, like 20-minute flight, girl.
Chat. Don't you like love your feet? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I made you cover them. No, you're good. I'm just cold. Then I realized, oh, she has a really good sense of humor. I just loved her.
It's cool, you know. I'm just gonna pay for, you know, the flight, the runway, you know, pay for the gas, pay for this, you know, girls. It's nothing. I'm putting it on, you know, I'm putting it on my credit card, girls. It's only like $50,000. Nothing too crazy, girl. I'm just like, girl, what? And she's like, yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of caviar, a little bit of this. Nothing too crazy, girl. This is just what I do on a daily. I had to go, I had to fly my dog there for my parents to babysit, and I gotta fly him back, you know.
Just nothing too crazy.
Larsa's sitting there just like, yeah, girl. I do this all the time. Do you? You might. But, you know, they talk about the whole situation with Guerdy. She was like, yeah, it was so crazy. Like, one of the girls baptized the other girl. And, you know, Stephanie not knowing the context, she was like, oh my God, I definitely want to do a baptism. That'd be so great. She was like, no, she actually got a whole glass of water and threw it on her. And she was like, oh, okay. And Larsa was like, yes, it was so crazy. But yeah, like I said, they go to Orlando, they pick up the dog, real cute, real this and third. Larsa gets a call from Marisol, and they talk about Alexia, and Alexia is over here talk about Todd. Here's my thing. I know from what Alexia said from Watch What Happens Live, her and Todd aren't together. They're officially divorced. This storyline, I can really give a fuck about. I'm not really going to talk about it. It's the same old, same old. They're going back and forth, and she's over here like, we're going to try to ask for an extension. Bitch, why you need it? What you need an extension for? What you need this for? For him to still play in your face and for you to still get divorced? Like, girl, please stop playing with me. Like, I feel like Alexia's just doing this for a storyline. And I'm just like, Alexia, please come up with something else, because this, I'm over it. So now we over here, you know, see Adriana, she over here wants to throw a, you know, baby shower for Julia and Martina. So she's like, yeah, go call around, like, who can I invite to this, da-da-da. And Julia's like, well, you know, I'm going to be the bigger person, and I want to invite everybody. So we see a flashback where Julia was with Alexia, and she's texting Guerdy like, girl, you know, I want to mend things with us. I want to take accountability and da-da-da-da. Like, literally probably like a day after it happened.
And then I still write an apology. Guerdy, I just want to apologize for throwing water. I'm coming to you with an open heart. I want to clear the air.
Bitch, you physically assaulted me. No. Because, like y'all know, I say this time and time again in my videos. I am an eye for an eye type of bitch. And that's something I'm working through therapy. Trust me, I talked to her the other day about it. But my whole thing is, I'm an eye for an eye type of bitch. You do me bad, I do you worse. I know. My therapist was like, girl, we need to, you know, an eye for an eye, everybody gonna be blind. I said, girl, you ate that little one.
Oh, now that's how you clear a bitch.
But I hold grudges, and I'm trying to work on that, because it's just like, girl, you do me, I really want to do you so bad, because it's just like, you just embarrassed me on national television, and that's the extra added bonus that's like, girls on TV. Girl, be pissed. But we see Marisol, we see Lisa, and we see, you know, Alexia meet at, you know, Lisa's house, and they're basically talking about, you know, Larsa and, you know, Lisa's situation in Milan.
At one point, and then I was defending Larsa. You were defending Larsa because Jody was screaming at Larsa. And you're like, please don't talk to her that way.
And Marisol's like, yeah, you know, Larsa brought up the situation about Milan, basically saying that, you know, Jody was being so rude, hostile, this, that, and the third. So Lisa's like,
that is such a freaking lie. That's a lie. He would never do that. He would never even raise his voice at me. Like, that is a lie.
So in the back of my head, I'm thinking like, okay, I can believe that Larsa does, you know, stretch the truth. And like the whole picture with the eyes, I'm like, y'all trying to allude to the fact that this man's allegedly doing drugs.
Show your photo. Oh my God.
Like, let's not play. But then also when she's like, you know, let's not lie, I'm looking at Larsa like, well, you know, she did good on the phone with old boy, and he's like corroborating with her story. And I'm just like, okay, so who's telling the truth? Maybe he was being this, maybe he was being that.
Trust me, it's been raining here too.
What's going on?
Just the whole thing with Lisa.
Especially what happened on Sunday night.
Was that not crazy?
But this is why I say with Larsa, you go too far. Like, girl, who needs an enemy when I got a friend like Larsa? Like, Larsa says some of the fucked up shit, and she think ain't nothing wrong with it. And she's like, we've been friends for 15 years. Well, Lisa came out and said that is false. But, girl, that's y'all friendship, not mine. But the whole baby shower situation, and you know, we see Stephanie. Stephanie is introduced to the girls.
Okay. I met Masood at a Miami Heat game when I was 26 years old and he was 50. Option of people thinking that if you are with an older guy, you are probably a gold digger. And then I met Masood and everything changed.
Stephanie is gorge. She makes a comment to Alexia. She's like, well, you know, I don't want to, you know, speak out of turn. But once you take the trash out, keep it outside. She's like, you know, Todd, you left him, you know, don't go back. And Alexia's like, I know. That's something that I have to learn myself. I have to figure that out on my own. I get that. I gotta figure that out on my own.
When God takes out the garbage, you don't go back into the garbage and like go diving, you know? He like took it out, so you don't go back in. I know, but I have to realize that on my own.
And she's in the confessional like, yeah, she's speaking out of turn. Like, how dare you speak? You don't even know me like that to talk to me like that. And I'm like, Alexia, bitch. You just said I have to learn that on my own, which means you recognize that, okay, I know this man, I left the situation ain't healthy, it's toxic. I recognize that there's a recollection in your fucking brain, but you're trying to play ditzy, stupid, and dumb. For what reason, girl? We don't fucking know. But I'm just like, how you gonna sit up here and get mad at her when she just said, look, I'm not trying to overstep. I'm just saying, like, I feel like you're a strong ass woman. Woo do 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 do.
Stephanie's comment is way out of line. She doesn't know me well enough to make a comment like that about my husband.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that.
But I'm like, now you over here sitting over here mad. But you mad and you over here just harboring your feelings. Girl, if you got something to say what the fuck you gotta say. Nothing? I didn't fucking think so. So it just is what it is. I'm just like, say what you gotta say. This is the girl. She said what she said, and from what it looks like, Stephanie's not holding her tongue. And shout out to that. But you know, everybody's over here doing these party gifts, and they're over here having fun with the, you know, they're doing the toast, and Alexia's trying to act like she's best friends with Julia. Adriana's over here trying to do the most. Like, cool. Y'all already know I don't really see it for Julia, so I'm not trying to give her too much. But you know, all of a sudden a situation gets brought up about Lisa and Larsa, and you know, Lisa already let us know that, you know, I sent Larsa a picture of my dad's corpse. He's dead.
Come on, this fingering a chicken. I was there when we were castrating bulls and eating the testicles. You guys don't know this about me. Where'd you grow up with it? Where was it? You don't understand. Colombia?
And I'm just like, girl, I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. My whole thing is you're crying because you're like, I didn't spend that much time with him. I didn't da. All these different things, which, like I said, I get it, girl. But I'm like, I keep saying I'm not trying to be insensitive, but you chose to go to Milan. That's one thing with Larsa that I have to give it to her. Like, I mean, if you're that upset about it and you knew that you'd be that upset about it, why go to Milan?
It was about me, and I wasn't there to defend myself because I was dealing with my dead dad. It does matter. It's like the broken telephone. Dinner. Oh, you're not directed at you two.
Why not go to your father's side? So now she's over here crying. She's distraught. She's getting up. She's like, I'm not trying to make this about me, but then make the situation about her. And that was really the end of the episode. We do see Kiki and her father, and you know, Kiki's basically setting boundaries, basically telling him, like, you know, you haven't been in my life for 10 years, you kicked me out, and you don't even know that my son's in college. Like, it's just crazy. We see her daughter is so pretty. But I can relate to Kiki and her situation with her father. Like, you know, me and my dad aren't on speaking terms, but he does want to meet all the kids. Me and my siblings, we all live around the country. Well, we live on the East Coast, but in different states. And he wants us to all meet in a location. And like I said, like, I told my sister, I'm like, you know, if we do meet, I'm not going here to play the radio with no bitch. I'm coming here to speak my honest opinion and leave it all on the table. If we're trying to really hash everything out and hear everybody's side and move forward, I need to do my due diligence to be open and honest 100% and leave nothing on the floor. Period. So I respect the fact that Kiki can be open and honest with her dad and like set it straight. So shout out to her. Next episode, Stephanie's going to grill into Lisa. And the thing about Lisa is the fact that you want to talk about Larsa not being self-centered and this and the third with people's time and stuff. But girl, people say you don't pick up the motherfucking phone. You over here taking 2 hours to get on the Sprinter van. That would have pissed me off too and would have triggered me to a response. Because girl, I'm not on your time. Who the fuck are you to me? Like, I got shit to do my damn self. So I would have been pissed off about that too. And then it's like, I would have definitely been pissed off when I was like, girl, you took 2 hours to come in looking like that. But to each his own. You just gotta know what to say. But y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Put a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black View. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop at y'all and break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This American all I really asking for. Now I got to go. Got. Bye-bye.